Hey there, I'm Amy from thecrazycraftlady.com. Welcome back to week 7 in my 25 crafts to Christmas countdown. Today we're going back to super basics and we're making some really simple but beautiful wooden Christmas ornaments. So most craft stores, I got these at Joann, I've seen them at Hobby Lobby, sell plain unfinished wooden ornaments. So they're like in an ornament shape and they have the little hanger part at the top, and then you can add twine or ribbon to hang them. We're gonna paint these and add some vinyl to make some really, really pretty modern color block Christmas ornaments. So let's get making. First up, you're gonna wanna stain your ornaments. You could, if you wanted to, leave these unfinished wood, but I wanted to stain mine a little bit darker so that the white letters that I'm adding in the final step will pop a little bit more. So I wanted a little bit darker wood color. For this, I'm using Americana gel stains in the color oak, but use whatever you got, whatever you like. Just paint around the edges so that everything looks nice, and then lay the ornament flat and paint back and forth in the same direction to get even coverage. With this gel stain, I just apply a very thin coat and then let it dry. And so here I have my finished dried ornaments, and I stained the front and the back. So I'm going to stain and paint both sides of these ornaments just because I like to have, even if no one sees the back of the ornament, it's nice to know that it's finished. And then you just want to use some masking tape to tape off your lines. So I did kind of a variety of patterns here. So those blue and teal that you can see at the top of the screen, I just did like half and half painting. But then for this one, I wanted to do like a thin stripe and then like a big solid chunk. And so I took for this one that's going to say peace, I kind of just laid my cut vinyl in place to kind of get an idea for the spacing before laying down the tape. And then just take a flat paintbrush and always never paint towards the tape, because then you're more likely to get bleed and not a crisp line. So I always paint either straight up against the tape line or away from the tape line, never towards it. And then for this, I just painted the bottom portion red. And instead of waiting for the red paint to dry, I very, very, very carefully painted in that little thin line section with white paint, doing my best not to cross-contaminate the red into the white, and then I would have ended up with pink ornaments. And then the key to crisp lines is to peel away the tape while the paint is still wet or like a little bit tacky. Don't let the paint fully dry before peeling away your tape, and that's how you get crisp lines. So now all of my ornaments have been painted and dried, and I painted the back as well. And then it's time to just add your adhesive vinyl. So for this, I just cut like words out on white permanent adhesive vinyl and then use transfer tape after I weeded everything, and just put everything in place and just do your best to make sure everything's centered and looks nice. Now, if you do not have a Cricut machine, don't worry, you can print out your letters. And I will write in the description of this video, I'll tell you what fonts I used. And then you just print it out on your home printer, cut out the little paper, scribble across in the whole back of your writing with lead pencil, and then tape your word or words in place, and then trace over firmly with a pen. And then that when you trace over with a pen, what that does is that transfers the pencil marking onto the ornament. And then from there, you have a little outline, a little template that you can follow, and take like a very, very fine tip paintbrush and some white paint and add your words. But I like vinyl for this because I think I get crisper letters than if I hand painted. And then last but not least, grab your favorite ribbon or twine. I have this black twine that I thought looked nice and kind of modern instead of the normal brown twine that I always use. Tie a simple square knot and you're in business. But you can get as creative as you like with your paint color choices and the number of stripes and how thick or thin you do your stripes, and also with your words and your fonts. But here are a few ideas for inspiration to get you started. I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until next time, happy making!